Hello, this is Terry from Fabric Junction in Sturgis, South Dakota. And today I'm going to show you that very popular, timeless block called Shoofly. It's always a great backup block. It's one of those that if you make the blocks big, it makes a great baby blanket. But today we're going to do our pot holder to show you just the simple technique of putting this one together. Our pot holder don't have a whole lot of contrast, but we made it from our Sturgis fabric that we have printed for us here in the store. And the nice gray, that's the background gray. And this one I did a real simple stitch in the ditch. So the main thing when you're doing a Shoofly is the wonderful half square triangles. But let me show you what we put in the quilt. This is the two I made to go in the quilt. Much more contrast. The higher contrast I think is better. But the gray, our motorcycle, is what I'm working with today. So to make our half square triangles, you need to draw two lines, and as you can see I've already done that. And how I did it is I used my seam marking tool. I lined it up point to point, and even though I don't always line up this point, sometimes I do, I make sure that that little line right through the middle is going exactly where I want. Now I'm using gray, so my regular pencil that I use won't show up. So I do use a white marker from time to time. So as you can see, my white pencil, I have my markings. So let's make a couple of half square triangles so we can make this fun Shoofly block. I line up my pieces, I go to my machine, and because I know my white line is a little bit on the thick side, I actually sew just what I call to the inside. So that way I'm not taken away from my square. Thread to move, try to get it lined up, there we go. And you can make a lot of these fairly fast when you have a bunch of them all marked, lined up, one after the other. When you get to the end, pick it up, flip it around, drop her back down, and you're ready to go again. Okay, now I separate them. Just go in, separate. You can use your rotary cutter to split them, or with scissors. Press. We're going to press to the dark side. And then we need to trim. I'll use this one to trim our dial gears. And normally when I trim these, I've got my garbage right there, so all these little pieces go straight into the garbage. And we can lay out our block. Our bikes go towards the inside. There we go. And there's our beautiful block. And the last step of putting our block together is sewing. And I start on the left, I take my center, I flip it over, and I pick it up on the side I want to sew. And I continue doing that. We'll do just part of it. So for those of you that have not watched me before, you can get the idea of what I mean. You flip it over, I grab it, the side I want to sew so I don't get it a quarter turn or something, because I've done that many times. So over, and I keep them sewn together to the end. Open it back up, grab my next piece, and this is the side I'm not sewing because I want to be able to flip it so that it will match up exactly where I want it to be. Come on, just a little, there we go. Sometimes when I have that big seam right there, it's a little slow at moving through. And I'll do one more. Okay, I think you get the idea. Now the next step is just go back and sew the other direction. And as you do, just push your seam allowances opposite directions. Once I had my center all made, on this particular one, I cut 4 1.5 by 6 inch strips. I sewed 1 to each side. And then I cut a cornerstone. Those are 1.5 inch squares. And I sewed them to each end. A little hard to see on this, I know. And then the top and the bottom. And that completed my pot holder as far as the piecing. Next, I needed a back. So I have my back fabric, a layer of batting, and a layer of Insulbright. And you can do multiple layers, you can do a single layer of Insulbright, that's your choice. Then I take my block on the top, and on this one I stitched in the ditch. Maybe you like to work on your free motion. I tend not to be very good at it, so I do a lot of stitch in the ditch. Once you have that done, trim, bind. Check out our How to Bind a Pot Holder video. You'll get your binding done. So I hope you like our Shoofly block. Like I said, it's one of the timeless favorites that's been out there for many, many years. And do check us out at junctionfabric.com or go to our blog, that's fabricjunctionjewels.blogspot.com. Thank you for watching us here at Fabric Junction.